Hello again. I am now back once again. I am back with my videos and my Big 12 preview today. I have taken a hiatus. I'm sorry if you have been avoiding my videos. I know one of my subscribers, OU Sooner, has. I know he has because today is his conference, the Big 12 preview show. Now, the Big 12 is not considered the Big 12 anymore to me. Colorado, the Pac-12 now, and minus Nebraska to the Big 10. So what are you gonna do? That's 10 teams. I don't know what they're gonna do, but I guess we'll find out soon. And I'm gonna go starting from 10 to 1 teams that I think will go, and I think 10th place will be Kansas this year. Not much room to improve for Turner Gill there. I mean, they may give him a couple more years, but 3-9, the only quality win was to Georgia Tech, and they got Georgia Tech again this year, I believe. But I believe another 3-9 season for the Kansas Jayhawks this upcoming season, as the future does not look bright for them, if you ask me. Number 9, I'm going to go with the Kansas State Wildcats. There'll be a big drop off from last season. I think Bill Snyder is doing an okay job. He's doing all right, but I just think he'll fall off a little bit. I'm going to say 5-7 for the Kansas State Wildcats. It's not going to be a good year for the Kansas teams. I pick them to finish 10-9 and 9-10. Number 8. I mean, there was just a lot of quality teams in the Big 12 this year, so this was a tough decision. But I may be wrong, but I'm going to go with the Texas Tech Red Raiders at 8 with a 6-6 record. I think they're going to be an okay team. Tuberville's second year will be okay. I think Tuberville's going to be able to turn around. He's a great coach. It'll just be interesting to see how he does it. But I'm going to say 6-6 for the Red Raiders this upcoming season, and they're finishing 8. Well, I'm going to pick the Iowa State Cyclones to finish 7th. I think they're going to be an improvement. They're going to finish 7-5. I think they'll make a bowl game. They're one game win away from making a bowl game last year. I think it's going to get them hungry, and they have a hell of a coach. They have a hell of a coach. I've seen that video when he pumps up his team, and I mean, just I think Iowa State's back up. Number 6, I'm going to go with the Baylor Bears. I think Robert Griffin is a dark horse Heisman candidate. I think he's also a dark horse for the Big 12 Player of the Year. I think he could do well. And they got a good defense out there, and I think they'll improve over last season, and maybe they can actually win a bowl game next season. So I guess we'll find out there. Now moving into the top 5 in the Big 12. Now, honestly, the Big 12 is going to be okay. But I'm gonna go with at number 5 Texas. Texas will improve over last year's 5-7 record barely, but I think it's gonna be an 8-4 season primarily. And I mean, Texas, Garrett Gilbert is a great young quarterback. I think he's also a dark horse candidate for Big 12 Player of the Year. But it's just gonna be another tough season for them as they learn to get the ship going in the right direction at Texas. Now moving on to number 4, I'm going to go with the I haven't really thought this through about the Big 12. I'm going to go with the, I know, I got to think of this last, okay, there's 10 teams, that was number 5. I cannot think of that team right now for some reason. Come on, sorry, this is taking out my video, but while I'm looking up that other team, I forgot about Casey Anthony was found not guilty today, which surprised me. If it surprised you, tell me why it surprised you. It surprised me. I wonder what Nancy Grace's reaction was. And then called bullshit on it. I just thought it was bad. And last night on WWE Raw, Vince McMahon and John Cena had a confrontation. And now it is decided that if John Cena loses to CM Punk and CM Punk walks out of Chicago on July 17th at Money in the Bank pay-per-view with the WWE Championship, then John Cena is fired. But I don't know how that's going to go. Number 4, I'm going with Missouri. That's a surprise pick after losing Blaine Gabbert, but I think they'll do okay. I'm going to say 8-4 for them, just like 8-4 for Texas. I think it'll be a drop off from last season a little bit, but I mean, I think they'll be another good quarterback. They got some good quarterbacks coming out of there first with Chase Daniel, Blaine Gabbert, and now I think Franklin will be the next one to come out of that. Number 3, I'm going to go with the Texas A&M Aggies. I think the Aggies, Ryan Tannehill, is good. They got a good front out there. I'm going to go 9-3 for them. They surprised a lot of us last season. I think they're going to do it again this season. There's my dark horse Big 12 title contender right there. Moving on to number 2, it's going to be the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Justin Blackmon, and they got a lot of star players returning there. They're going to be loaded in over there with Mike Gundy and everything. He's a man, and now he's 44. So I just think Justin Blackmon, that is my Big 12 Player of the Year. I know he's close, but I think he's going to be my Big 12 Player of the Year. I think he's going to be a hell of a receiver on Sundays after the season. But now my Big 12 champion, I'm going to go with the Oklahoma Sooners, and this is why I think Oklahoma has a shot to win the national championship. They're going to have Ryan Broyles. They're going to have dark horse Heisman candidate Landry Jones, Bob Stoops, honestly one of the top 5 coaches in the nation today. And Oklahoma, I mean, last season they could have done it, but a couple of losses halted that. I mean, against Missouri and others. But Oklahoma, I'm picking them to win the Big 12 this season. My Big 12 Player of the Year again is Justin Blackmon. My Big 12 Coach of the Year is going to be Mike Gundy. I think he'll do another fantastic job, and we'll see where it takes him. But that's all for my Big 12 preview. If you want to know everything else, leave a comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, KyleLance11. I will be doing the Big East tomorrow, maybe even later today. And I'll be doing some others later in the day. So I'm also going to since that was a preview, I'll also do the Today in Sports. NBA lockout day 5. Nothing really there. We'll see what happens. Albert Pujols has been activated from the disabled list. He'll be on the bench for the Cardinals tonight against the Cincinnati Reds. Go Big Red Machine. All-Star selections were on Sunday. Tell me if you think there were any snubs. I think Paul Konerko is the number 1 snub. And CC Sabathia too. I think that was pointless. Paul Konerko is in the top 5 in RBIs, homers, and average in the American League, and he got left out. Tommy Hanson also a snub in my book. Moving on to NASCAR, David Reagan won his first race on Saturday night in Daytona. It was very big, and now we are going to be at Kentucky this weekend, so that's in 4 days. NFL lockout labor talks began today in New York City. Hopefully we're getting closer and closer to football being back. I want it back. NCAA football comes out a week from today. NCAA football 12 comes out a week from today. If you want it, check out the demo. It's sick. If you want to buy the game, go pre-order it at GameStop. It's sick. It is going to be a great game. Well, that's really all that's happening right now in the sports world. Tulowitzki got injured. A lot of shortstops going down now. Tulowitzki, Reyes down. And that's really all for today. Again, comment, subscribe to my channel, comment below. Have any of your differences or agreements on anything for the Big 12. So follow me on Twitter, KyleLance11. Also, if you want to ever just talk to me on anything, if you got a Twitter or anything, send me a message and I'll just message you back or something. Or if you're like a big fan, if you're ever a fan of mine, and I'll just talk to me on Twitter. See if you have any agreements or anything. I'm on Twitter, KyleLance11. So I think I've gotten a couple followers that have watched these videos, so we'll see. But that's all for today. I will have some other previews later. So see ya.